A spot to wander, that's all that we require. Oh, look at all the bugs on the surface. There's so much life in this lake. You see the bugs. Those are not mosquitoes, they're like a mayfly. And they're hatching and dying all around us. I think it's a different type of quartz on this shore. I know it's just quartz, but a lot of things are. And these are its own mixes over here. It is really kind of gross. And they do land all over you. And you gotta get over the paranoia that they're mosquitoes, because they're not. What are you? Big old carp mouth? Something else. Look at the plates on that. I guess carp. See that? See, I swear that was a mosquito, but everybody that lives up here says that they don't actually bite. And that they're just part of the life cycle. They sure sound like mosquitoes, but look how many of them there are. And that equates to their larvae underwater and everything that feeds off of them, both in the air and in the water, so that's pretty cool. And Clear Lake is beautiful right now. That's a shot through the water. It's not always that translucent, so we are pretty lucky. And it's a volcanic lake, so it can have everything. Look at these mixes. Just gonna have to put that in the jasper category. Oh, it's really hard to focus with them landing all over us. But it's okay. I've actually worked for them an hour in swarms of them for hours and never gotten bit, so just gotta get over it. Big slabs of quartz, just different mixes. We'll just take a look at it all. And I hope you enjoy. That's the view out across the lake. Oh, those are nice. You have to admit, those are nice. Just mixing it up. Ooh, leech. It's gone. Look at the metallic streak in that. You see that? It's purple. No joke, running through like a yellow fiery jasper. But it's like, it's got that metallic sparkle. Wow. Huh. Yep, we'll take that one. We don't have that yet. Kind of cool specimen. Just creeping along the shore here. Here's a view that I've never brought you. It's from a water tank, and this is where we're at. I mean, this is all of Clear Lake here, stretching out. Over here would be, there's Mount Canocti. Sorry for the wind, but then this would be Kelseyville, and then on up into Lakeport, and you can't see the whole other end of the lake because we're on one of these big grassy hills that surrounds it. Here's this crazy part of Canocti where you can see it's just caved away, and there's this big land bridge that almost crosses the entire lake but doesn't. There's actually water you can't see going in between us, and then that stretches all the way down, so you have all of the oak shores and stuff like that, and then look out that way. It keeps going down to the town of Clear Lake itself. So this is an incredible view. Incredible. We're up here. I just drove really steep. Hope you enjoy the view because I've never seen this view. You could definitely see Loch Ness creatures if they were in here. This lake is 1,000,000 and something years old. One of the oldest, if not the oldest lake in North America. Formed when water that used to run out that way got blocked on its way to the Pacific by a huge landslide, and backed up the water all the way this way to where it now runs this way out to the Central Valley east and then out through the San Francisco Bay. This chunk of land that sticks out in the middle here has always intrigued me. You can see the flat crop field like areas on the top there, especially why did that rancher originally leave that circle of oaks in the middle. But if I was going to have an empire center, it would be right there. It's like Sicily to this lake. Like you can't get from one half of here to the other without going by that. So it would have made a great trading post for all the rivers and waterways that lead down into this from all directions. And they have found the longest, some of the longest continuous existing inhabitant spots along this lake. Places where people lived for tens and 20 and 30,000 years without leaving, without any disruption in their timeline. A little Shangri-La. No need to migrate and travel unless you wanted to wander from your perfect lake volcano existence out to the coast a few ranges over. We did the shores down here. We were going to go all the way back down there now. And there's a little lake hidden in those hills there called Borax Lake. And I know that there's an ancient village site there. It's gonna be about sunset when we get there, but I thought we'd stop by. This is a sulfur bank quarry here. It's literally sulfur. This is one of oh, rattlesnake to strike at us? That's what it sounded like. Okay, but you can smell, this is like mercury and sulfur and crazy stuff. It's all off limits, so we're just skirting around the edge here. See the But here's a good chance to get a look at the type of bubbling hot material that they're dealing with. And they're just have been extracting the sulfurs. This is called sulfur banks. And yeah. And the mercuries and stuff from it forever. So imagine. This is a settling pond. It smells like brimstone. It smells like rotten eggs. If you could imagine that, you could see the color here. Moving right along. These are the things that we did come to look for. Stinky, stinky. I just always driving by this spot. You can't get down the gates to talk to anybody unless you're doing an order. So, but this is where I would expect to find lots of precious opals and stuff too. Spots where volcanoes and bubbling mud pits and stuff were all going on. See how corrosive it is. This is probably a socket, like a stainless steel socket. And it's just rotted away. And the site that I'm taking you, I'd been there before, poked around, was pretty sure I knew what I was looking at, and then I found a really old archaeological map from Davis, and from UC Davis here in California, and it had the spot marked as a village site. But seeing as how we're really close to some rancherias here, I think it's pretty much well known among the people, and definitely among the researchers. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you there and we're going to look around. I'll show you an old little Shangri-La paradise that's been forgotten. Okay, we're going to scoot on out of here before we get yelled at. I've been over this before, so you may have seen it in another video, but I'm just not sure if I included it. So you have the entire clear lake, and we were up there on top of a mountain. Now this is all a quarry. Look at the water down here. I hope I can get the blue of it for you. So, extreme minerals, sulfur works. See that blue? Look at that. Just some wild colors, and of course it's got the yellows and the reds sticking right out of the water, so you get these whites and these yellows and these reds. We'll come over here to the actual, sorry I'm losing you a little bit, there we are, to the actual sulfur works. And you can see the banks of it that they're carving out here. Once again, I apologize for not having a tripod. That yellow seam that you see there by the road is the heart of this stank right now. See the minerals? But you can look in the background, there are, pull out so I don't make you dizzy, there are a lot of different quarries going on here because it's so volcanic. So these are whole separate rock quarries, and you can see the volcanic, they're actually cinder cones that they're carving into. If you look these up in Roadside Geology of California, the book, they actually mention these cinder cones that they're carving into. And yeah, I just always think that that's impressive. You can see this on Google, and the colors in this pit are far out. They're far out, man. And then you gotta realize that this is a peninsula, so you have the regular lake. See it there? Regular water, all that. It comes all the way out. And this spit of geology here in pre-human time flowed out or bubbled up. Remember that the volcano's right here. And bloop bloop, you know, the roots or whatever, however this came to the surface. And so they have dug down, so that's a huge pit mine in the middle of a peninsula that's completely severed off from the rest. So all the minerals have flowed down into that. And I guarantee you there are some mutants in there. Okay, we have to race the sunset. There's a shot up the lake from that skinniest spot. I'm trying to be pure with the videos one way or the other. I'm not ever trying to trick anybody into metal detecting or wondering if they wanted to just look at rocks or vice versa, but I'm a detailist, so how could I skip things like this? If you're the type of person that doesn't want to see a view like that along the way to see more rocks, you're probably on the wrong channel. Although I do hope you stick around and enjoy the view with me, if you can stand it. Well, this is the ridge that we came up and over, and this is the interior natural lake that's trapped here. And this little spit of land here that's at this far end, a little chunk of willows, I don't know if you can make it out, and then this the sloping flat grassland leading to it. I've been here when there was a bunch more of the shore exposed, and it was really obvious that there was a site there, and there for sure is. I don't want to give it away. I mean, there's not much there. It's been researched. It's on private property. When this is way down, you can like walk across the dry, you know, lake bed and stuff. But right now, you'd have to cross through fields and everything. But it is a little bit of a peninsula. I can't really get above it. I don't have a drone or anything, but there is like a little mound right there where you see those trees, and then it goes to water beyond that, and then the end of the lake. And it's just a little lake. It's this chunk of land here. It's actually sticking out. You can see the white borax. And it's got tires and refrigerators and stuff in it now. But you can see the valley that I was talking about. And then this little spit of land here that has the willows on it. And this whole little area sloping down to it here. If you can picture that, it was a perfect village. Somebody should get in trouble for that. You see what that is? That's where septic truck drivers, somebody who drives septic trucks, pumped out porta potties and stuff, and just pulled over here. The dirt you see missing is the erosion of the putting the hoser and emptying his truck back out into this lake bed. That's toilet paper and stuff stuck there. There's a detail for you. That way you didn't have to drive over the mountains with it in the truck. Yuck. Just a little spread there. 90% of the oaks that are here, most likely because it is a type of garden, an ancient garden. These oaks that you're seeing right in front of you here, this is called a blue oak. And there's another one and another one, and I see this whole lake shore is actually lined in them. And oftentimes, whenever there is a known site, these will be the main tree that's left. The thing about these acorns is that they have the lowest tannic acid of all acorns. The right tree, the right blue oak during the right year requires no leaching. You can actually take the acorn off of the tree and eat it, and it wouldn't turn your stomach. Otherwise you have to crush them and put them in water and keep rinsing the water off so that the tannic acids leave them and they're edible when they're no longer bitter. That's how you can tell when your mash is ready, is the water coming off of it, and the acorn meal itself will no longer be bitter. But blue oak, blue oak, blue oak off into the distance. They're very dwarven, small. They take a long time to grow. They're not like the huge valley oaks. This is a mature blue oak that you're looking at here. And it's about as big as they can get. So what I'm saying is that these are above all of the oak trees and acorn trees. These are the ones that drop food that you barely have to process. Not to mention probably the fish that are here and were here before settlers, and the fowl, the birds. And you can actually hear turkeys behind us gobbling. I don't know if you caught that, moving through the brush. So, and elderberry pushing over the distance here. Okay. Thank you for coming with me. If you like this, please be sure to hit the thumbs up. symbol. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, and if you hit the little bell notification next to it, it will always alert you to when the next video is coming up, so you can choose if you want to watch it or not, and at least know that you didn't miss anything. Okay, hope everybody's doing okay out there. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever it is, and we will see you at the next location. Quest on. You can't hire a better crew. It's Bambi's dad.